Thank you. Sabidi? Sabidi Bao? To the government and the people of Laos, thank you so much for the kind welcome that you've extended to me and my delegation. I am very honored to be the first American president to visit Laos. Thank you. Now, I am told that this hall is where you come together for the National Singing Contest, and I know that you celebrate your musical traditions, including Kaplum, but I'm not going to sing today, so you should not worry. As you host leaders from across Southeast Asia and beyond, I do want to thank Laos for your leadership as this year's chair of ASEAN. Today, the eyes of the world are on Laos, and I know that that may be a little unusual because Laos is a small nation next to larger neighbors. And as a result, too often the richness of your culture has not been fully appreciated. And that's why, as part of my visit, I'm grateful for the opportunity to know Laos better and to help share your story with the world. I know that here you cherish the beauty of the land, the mist-covered mountains and sunsets over the Mekong, the achievements of ancient civilizations that echo in the ruins of Wat Pu, and palm leaf manuscripts that are preserved at your temples. Tomorrow I'll experience some of this heritage myself when I visit Luang Prabang. I only regret that I know this is called the land of a million elephants, but Secret Service will not let me ride an elephant. But maybe I'll come back when I'm no longer president. But in countless stupas and in your daily lives, we see the strength that draws so many of you from your Buddhist faith, a faith that tells you that you have a moral duty to each other, to live with kindness and honesty, and that we can help end suffering if we embrace the right mindset and the right actions. And in literature, like the epic of Sin Se, we see the values that define the people of Laos, which is modesty and compassion and resilience and hope. At our luncheon today, I was treated to the best of Lao culture and cuisine, including khao niya. I did not get any beer Lao, but I will try some later, maybe this evening. And in all of you here today, and especially the young people of Laos, we see the diversity that is the strength of this nation. You have Lao and Khmer Mu and Hmong, and a tapestry of proud ethnic groups and indigenous peoples. So you are truly a people of the heart, and I thank you for welcoming me with such generosity. You are Nam Jai. I realize that having a U.S. president in Laos would have once been unimaginable. 6 decades ago, this country fell into civil war, and as the fighting raged next door in Vietnam, your neighbors and foreign powers, including the United States, intervened here. As a result of that conflict and its aftermath, many people fled or were driven from their homes. At the time, the U.S. government did not acknowledge America's role. It was a secret war, and for years the American people did not know. Even now, many Americans are not fully aware of this chapter in our history, and it's important that we remember today. Over 9 years, from 1964 to 1973, the United States dropped more than 2 million tons of bombs here in Laos, more than we dropped on Germany and Japan combined during all of World War II. It made Laos per person the most heavily bombed country in history. As one Laotian said, the bombs fell like rain. Villages and entire valleys were obliterated. The ancient plain of jars was devastated. Countless civilians were killed. And that conflict was another reminder that whatever the cause, whatever our intentions, war inflicts a terrible toll, especially on innocent men, women, children. Today I stand with you in acknowledging the suffering and sacrifices on all sides of that conflict. And from the anguish of war, there came an unlikely bond between our two peoples. Today, the United States is home to many proud Laotian Americans. Many have made a hard journey through refugee camps and relocation, building new lives in a new country. And even as they've become Americans, they've held on to their Lao heritage, worshiping in their temples, honoring their elders, dancing the Lam Yong. Even now, they remember a beloved song that if we depart from our homeland and flee far away from her, we will always have you as our true friend as long as we live. And as a new generation has come of age, more Laotian Americans have made the journey here to their ancestral homeland. Said one of them, who was born in Vientiane, our heart and home have always been in Laos. And this spirit of reconciliation is what brings me here today. Our two governments will continue to have differences. That's true with many nations. As we do around the world, the United States will continue to speak up on behalf of what we consider universal human rights, including the rights of the people of Laos to express yourselves freely and decide your own future. Yet even as our governments deal candidly with our differences, I believe, as we have shown from Cuba to Burma to Vietnam, the best way to deliver progress for all of our peoples is by closer cooperation between our countries. And that's why today, the United States and Laos have agreed to a new comprehensive partnership to guide and deepen our relationship for years to come. Our partnership recognizes that the Lao People's Democratic Republic is an independent, sovereign nation. The United States does not seek to impose our will on Laos. Rather, we seek a relationship based on mutual respect, including respect for your independence and your sovereignty. Our new partnership will continue to deal with the painful legacy of war. And on behalf of the American people, especially our veterans and military families, I thank the government and the people of Laos for your humanitarian cooperation as we've worked together to account for Americans missing in action. And I'm pleased that as a result of this visit, we will increase our efforts and bring more of our missing home to their families in America. I also know that the remnants of war continue to shatter lives here in Laos. Many of the bombs that were dropped were never exploded. Over the years, thousands of Laotians have been killed or injured. Farmers tending their fields, children playing. The wounds, a missing leg or arm, last a lifetime. And that's why, as president, I've dramatically increased our funding to help remove these unexploded bombs. As a result, Laos is clearing more bombs, fewer Laotians are being hurt or killed, and together we are saving lives. But there is still much more work to do. So today I'm proud to announce a historic increase in these efforts. The United States will double our annual funding to $90 million over the next 3 years to help Laos expand its work. This will help Laos expand its work to remove even more bombs, allow Laotians to farm more land, and increase support for victims. I'll bear witness to this work tomorrow when I meet with survivors. Now, given our history here, I believe that the United States has a moral obligation to help Laos heal. And even as we continue to deal with the past, our new partnership is focused on the future. We want to be your partners as you invest in the well-being of your people and especially your children. I believe that when any child anywhere goes hungry, when their growth is stunted, that's a profound injustice. So we're joining with Laos to promote nutrition and bring more healthy meals to children in school so they can grow strong, focus in class, and realize their full potential. We want to be your partner in improving education. I'm told that there's a saying here, a tray full of silver is not worth a mine full of knowledge. So we'll help more children learn how to read. We'll bring more American teachers here to help teach English and more Lao teachers to America to strengthen their English. And I'm proud to announce that an initiative that's very important to me and to my wife Michelle, an initiative called Let Girls Learn, is coming to Laos and Nepal. We believe that The daughters of Laos have just as much talent and potential as your sons. And none of our countries anywhere in the world can truly succeed unless our girls and our women have every opportunity to succeed, the same opportunities as boys and men do. We want to be your partner with the young people of Laos as you strengthen your communities and start businesses and use Facebook to raise awareness for the rights and dignity of all people. And that's why, as part of our Young Southeast Asian Leaders Initiative, we're helping young men and women across Laos develop the skills you need to succeed. Two of our top companies, Microsoft and General Electric, are helping to increase training in engineering and technology. Young people in Laos shouldn't have to move someplace else in order to prosper. You should be able to work and build a better life right here in Laos. And we want to be your partners as Laos forges greater trade and commerce with the world. When other countries invest here, it should create jobs here for the people of Laos. So as Laos pursues economic and labor reforms, we'll work to encourage more trade and investment between our two countries and between Laos and the rest of this region. As a result of my visit, I hope that more Americans come here as well to experience your country and the beautiful culture and to forge new friendships between our peoples. As Laos grows, we want to be your partner in protecting the natural beauty of your country, from your forests to your rivers. As Laos works to meet its growing need for energy, I want to work with you to pursue clean, renewable energies like solar. And let's help farmers protect their crops and villages, adapt to a changing climate. We should work together so that development is sustainable, especially along the Mekong, upon which millions of people depend for their livelihood and their food and their health. The Mekong is a treasure that has to be protected for future generations, and we want to be your partner in that process. So this is the future our two countries can build together. And I'm optimistic that we can do it. I'm confident because my visit is part of a broader agenda. As some of you know, as President, a key priority of my foreign policy has been to deepen our engagement with the nations and peoples of the Asia-Pacific. And finally, we believe that the ties between our nations must be rooted in friendship and trust between our peoples. I think of several Laotian Americans whose families came to the United States as refugees. Our nations are connected not just by policies, but also by people like John Duangdara, whose family settled in our state of Nebraska, and after high school joined our military, served with our elite special forces, and ultimately gave his life for our nation. His mother said he is a son of the Lao people, and he sacrificed for us, and we honor him. We're connected by Chanapa Kamvusa, who came to America when she was 7 years old and who is back here today. And for years she urged the United States to do more to help remove unexploded bombs here in Laos. There are many, many problems in this world that might not be able to be solved in a lifetime, she said, but this is one we can fix. So Chanapa, we thank you for working to fix this problem. And we're connected by Stacy Pengwat, who's here as well and who I met earlier. Her parents came to America and stressed the importance of education. And today, this proud Laotian American serves at our embassy here in Laos. I feel a sense of home, she says, as if I've known this country before through my parents. It feels like we've come full circle. And so, Stacy, on behalf of all of us, thank you for helping to bring our countries closer together. So these are the values that guide us, and this is the partnership that America offers here in Laos and across the Asia-Pacific. Respect for your sovereignty, security and peace through cooperation, investment in the health of children, education for students, support for entrepreneurs, development and trade that creates jobs for all of us and protects our environment, a commitment to rights and dignity that is born out of our common humanity. This is our vision. This is the future we can realize together. And based on my visit to Laos and the proud work of the past 8 years, I believe that Americans and the peoples of the Asia-Pacific will be able to say to each other, as the song goes, we will always have you as our true friend as long as we live. Khop Jai Lai Lai. Thank you very much.